State management.
Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to today's class. Today is day 70 of our web development course. Today is day 70 of our web development course. And today I'm glad to introduce to you a concept called state management. Okay? Today we'll look at state management. State management. Okay. So this is a very important concept as far as Next.js is concerned. Okay. So members, I remember in the beginning I told you that for a beginner level, the concept that I normally give respect so much is someone who started, for example, props. Okay, props. Then you start the state management. Conditional rendering. Conditional rendering. Okay. Then you start the state management, or what I can call as use state. State management, or what I can call as use state. Okay. State management. Then accrued, and authentication. As long as you know these ones here, I don't really think that really it can be very hard on your side. Like, I don't really think it can be really difficult on your side. Okay. If you miss just one of them, for a beginner level, of course, for a pro level, there are those ones of GraphQL and the REST API and payment integration. Those ones are for expert level. But for a beginner level, if you happen to miss out any of these, I don't really think that really there's anything that you can do. Really, if you miss out any of these, just any of these, I don't think that there's anything that you can do. It will be very hard on your side. Just missing only one can kill you. Okay. So today I want to look at state management. It's another very important concept that if you handle it very well and you understand its core features, you are good to go. Okay. You are very good to go. Okay. So before we can start what we're going to look at today, I would like just to about what we covered on the previous day. The previous day was day 69. Yes, the previous day was day 69, and we looked at conditional rendering. Conditional rendering. Members, we looked at a lot. We even looked at we even came again to look at the use of the ternary operators. The use of the ternary operators. Okay. Members, we went ahead to look at the use of the ternary operators. We looked at these ones which look like this. For example, where there is a question mark, and also we have even this symbol here. And remember, this is very it looks like as if it's it is very small, but remember, this can really disturb and perturb your mind. If you really missed yesterday's class, day 69, please I would urge you to go back and look at this. Okay? Because where we are going in the future, you will find us only using a lot of this. Even in today's class, we're going to use this. Okay? Even in today's class, we're going to use this. There is nowhere we are going to go without this knowledge here. Members, I would urge you, if you missed yesterday's class, please go back and watch yesterday's video. Okay? If you missed yesterday's class, please go back and watch yesterday's video, because this is very important and you not like to miss this. Okay. So this one here, what we decided is that it can show whether something is true. Show something. If that thing is not true, else you show something else. We are no longer going to use these if blocks here. This if then you say else. We're not going to use these. These are very big. We just use only this, and we look at a particular condition, whether it's true or false. Okay. Okay, so members, that is what my take. So I hope you are really good. Okay, and members, if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and notification icon so you don't miss any of the upcoming classes. Okay, so they are looking at state management. State management. I can begin here. I'm going to begin with, as you know me, those ones who have been following, I begin with some bit of theory, then we go into the practical bit where we write code here. Okay. So I'm going to first begin with the theory part of it all. I take you through, then we go to the practical bit. Okay. So let me first, before, it's not when someone talks about state management, it's a little bit complex. Let me first talk about state. What is state? What is state? What is state? What is state? Okay. State is something I can maybe say like state. State is data. Is data that changes in your app. Okay. In your app. As simple as that. So state is that data that changes in your app due to a particular system or a particular a workflow of how you have made your data. Okay. So state is data that changes in your app. Right now we have said data management, and we have said how data moves through props. We said how data moves through props coming from that data.ts. We looked at the data.ts. Remember, I hope you didn't forget any of the things that we studied. We looked at the data.ts in our previous lesson. We looked at how data flows from a particular app, from a particular file to all the, and serves all the purposes. We looked at all these. Now, if the data is changing, what happens? That is what we now term as state. Okay? That's what we term as state. Okay. So, for example, let me give you some bit of examples here. For example, how can I like define this state? For example, if a button is clicked on, if a button is clicked, the state changes. If a button is clicked, the state changes. If a button is clicked, the state changes. I put here, the state changes. It does not remain the same. The state changes. Okay? The state changes. If you just click a button like this and there's nothing that happens, then you just know there's a problem with your button. Okay? There's a problem with the button. But in most cases, if you click a button, like a pop-up should show, something should happen on the screen. This is what they call state. Okay. So I'm going to give you some good examples for you to see that what state is. We can make this so that if a user types in something, like for example, like in a search bar, if a user types in, like for example, an input. Remember, you don't know what an input is. This is just these files here. For example, this input is, for example, something like this. Okay, you already know what one input is. This one here, when someone types in, for example, his name like that. Okay. So this one here, when someone types in an input, it means waiting to just change. The state. The state changes. The state changes. Okay? The state changes. So if there is a type in an input here, there is also something happens. Also, that's what I can term also as state. Okay? So if you fetch data from an API, if you fetch data from an API, if you fetch data from an API, you also be waiting silently. You will be beside here waiting for the state. Also, the state changes. Okay? Also, the state changes. Okay. So, members, there is a lot of situations and case scenarios where a state changes, and I'm showing this to you. So, For example, if you have, for example, like our header, if we have, for example, our header, if sidebar is opened, if a sidebar is opened, if a sidebar is opened slash closed, okay, I can say that if a sidebar is opened or closed, okay, so all these magical happenings here on the UI, they are all caused by state, okay, they are all caused by state, they are all caused by state, okay. So members, I normally start with some bit of theory, because someone here I cannot begin out of the blue, because I know I was once there. I cannot just begin coding. No. Members, if you have a book and a pen, please take some notes about what we are covering right now. This is going to guide you a lot, really a lot. Okay. So I've tried to explain state, some examples of state, okay. So all these ones they are seeing here, I can maybe say from here to about like here. You see all these ones here. Let me change this. All these ones they are seeing, maybe let me say from here up to there. All those ones here make your website interactive or dynamic, okay. They make your website or web application interactive or dynamic. Interactive or dynamic. They make your website interactive or dynamic, okay. Interactive or dynamic, okay. Instead of it being static, instead of it being static, okay. So members, if you see a website which things are not changing, there is no button on the website, things are just like they're imprinted within the website. Those are static websites which are very boring, okay. So if you have a website where we have buttons, where you have inputs like these ones here, where data is coming from an API, for example, where there's products, where there's a sidebar, if you example a dashboard, all that is caused by state. And this is a very crucial concept, okay? This is a very crucial concept, okay? So let's move on. Right now, I can ask myself, why was state introduced? Like, for example, when someone asks himself, why? But why was state introduced? Why was it? Because couldn't we do away with it? Couldn't we do away with it? That would be a question. Okay? State was introduced before. I can even maybe put it here. Like before state was introduced, we used to use out of before React was brought on board, along with Next.js, websites used to use jQuery. These jQueries here, they used to use out of jQuery, and they used to use out of Vanilla.js. You remember, Vanilla.js and Vanilla.js. Vanilla.js. When I first heard about Vanilla.js, I thought maybe this is another framework of JavaScript. But Vanilla.js is what I can call as plain JavaScript. Plain. The one which side as plain JavaScript. Okay. So this is the same as Vanilla.js is plain JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript without any frameworks. The JavaScript decided from day 31 to day 60. Okay. So remember, the example that used to use out of this plain JavaScript here, the Vanilla.js, you would handle if you have gotten the chance to use CRUD in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You will know how difficult or dangerous it can become. Okay. These websites here, which were built in this jQuery and and the vanilla JS here, they had problems. You would manually, you would manually, manually, select DOM elements. Select DOM elements. DOM elements. Okay? Like everything you're doing, you select the DOM. I remember very well. I want to take us back to a sneak peek. Where you say you had, for example, document.query selector, document.query selector, query selector, the query selector, then you put these things like this. Okay? Then you put these things, then you put inside here, like for example, a dot, or you put, for example, like a hashtag. Remember all these things here. These things where you manually update DOM elements, these things here became so hectic, especially where we had to update the UI all the time. You call in functions, you had, can I put it here? You had to manually update the UI everywhere. The UI everywhere the data changes. Everywhere the data changed. Okay? So remember, this became so hectic. So hectic. You have to call, right now you write a function to update, write a function to create, and there is a specific point where you have to call that function. If you call it in that particular location or that particular area, it will not work. This became so disastrous. Remember, if you have seen how we write functions in a normal JavaScript, okay? Normal JavaScript, or if I call as plain JavaScript, or I can call as vanilla JS, okay? If you make a mistake and don't call the function, it will not work. And you have to call it in a particular point. If you call it in a wrong point, it cannot work. All this one here became a very nasty problem, a very, very stressful problem, and they had to look for a better way. And the better way was to introduce state. Okay? Okay? I hope right now you are now coming, you are now understanding why each and everything happened. Okay? We are now understanding why we arrived at each and everything. Me, I like to explain something and someone understands why it existed. Okay? Okay? Okay. So I hope right now you're getting it. You're really getting it, okay? Okay. So here we found out some problems. So here, members, we found out some problems here, and some of these problems here, they built these weird things here. You would manually select DOM elements like this document dot. Then you come and you say you manually update the UI almost everywhere. If you fail to update the UI, things are not going to work. This one here caused repeated code. It caused repeated code. It caused repeated code. You find yourself when you find yourself repeating some things. Okay? It caused numerous bugs. Oh man, very bad. Like if you have gotten a chance to use CRUD with JavaScript plain, you'll be understand what I'm talking about. This is very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. That's why I even did dwell so much into teaching this. I'm going to teach you CRUD from React, okay? And you are Next.js and you really understand it very, very, very well. Okay? Okay. So it even caused another one. The UI not matching the data. Like what is her? Really? Not matching the data. Not matching the data. Not matching the data. This was also another big challenge. This one here, I can even put this one and said out of sync. Out of sync. Like you have a lot of cluttered code and it's not matching your data. Like what is this? Like things are loading slowly, things are not working very well. Really, there was a need. They sat down and said that this is just too hectic. This is just too hectic. Let us look for a better way of improving this user experience. Okay? and they had to look for a better way to solve all these issues. Repeated code, numerous bugs, UI not matching the data, it is out of sync, and the reason the only solution was state. Okay? The only solution was state. Okay? Okay. So now I think right now we have understood the reason why we have really why we need state. Okay? Okay, so like now let me come here and give you some bit of insight. The reason why they introduced state, I can even come and put it here. Reasons, state, state was introduced. Reason state was introduced. Okay. What is the reason state was introduced? Now we are going to give you some bit of reasons. Okay. I hope you have understood the other one which you have covered. So the first one is to keep. The first one here is to keep. The UI synchronized with the data. I thought we explained there why the UI was totally off. Synchronized with the data. Okay? The data set was out of sync. You are doing updates, things are not working. Like very cluttered, the UI is too cluttered, the code is confusing you, and right now you feel like are you seeing it? To keep the UI synchronized to the data. Two, to track changes. To track changes automatically. Track changes automatically. Then three, to re-render. Only the affected components. Okay? You don't need to re-render everything. Like someone says update somewhere, and then you render everything from the beginning. And everything is slow. Members who use plain JavaScript, I just give someone some bit of I can't give someone some bit of respect. Like someone like you these things here, like it requires a lot of time to implement. But here just use only one state. And everything the UI tells you just put there use state, and I do everything for you. Wow, what a nice thing. Okay, so let's move on. To avoid, okay, manually manipulating, okay, the DOM. Manipulating the DOM. Yeah? We are no longer going to use these things here, and that one here in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Document.querySelector, document.querySelector all. This one here where we put even the document I'm forgetting this one here. What is it? Where we had, for example, the class where it could only put the document.id. Is it get element by ID? Those were the things. We're not going to use those ones. We're not going to use those ones. Okay? We're not going to use those ones. Things are going to be systematic, and they are very, very simply fine. Okay. So now let's go to the real reason now. After you understanding state very well, now I come to state management. Okay? Now I come to state management. Okay. So what is state management? As you have understood what state is, now let's go to state management. Okay. State management. Okay. Is organizing how your app your apps data. How your apps data. Apps data. Okay? Apps data is stored, shared between various components, shared between various components, shared between various components, components, and updated. As simple and precise as this. Okay? Okay, so this is state management. We're now understanding state very well now. It becomes, you get some bit of relief that I know now state management. State management is organizing how your data is stored, shared between various components, and updated. Okay? Okay, so this is very crucial for someone to really understand this. Okay? It's very, very, very crucial for someone to really understand how it is. Okay? Okay. So members, that is it. So let me give you some real insight about. I would say that where would someone study state? Where would someone study state management? Okay, why? Everything I have, everything has a reason why it happens. Why would someone? Why would someone? Why would? Why would someone study state management? Or why would someone? What does some? Why? I can even say why. Why do we need state management? Why do we need state management? Okay? Why do we need state management? Okay? This is another thing, okay? Why do we need state management? Someone will say, why do we need this? Why can't we just leave it out? The first one is, state management is different from state, okay? That's why I'm giving you this insight. It's different from state. The other one is just plain state. This one is state management, how to handle state, okay? Okay, so the first one here is maintain consistency. Okay? Maintain consistency. You see, if you are managing you very well your components when you're using use state, it maintains consistency throughout the whole application. If things go berserk, you know that things are going berserk in a particular area. Okay, then you work on them. But if everything was happening in a normal JavaScript file and everything is going berserk, oh my dear, solving such challenges and problems becomes really hectic. Okay, becomes really hectic. Okay, okay. So we have another one here. Avoid prop drilling. We shall look at this in depth, members. We shall look at this in depth. Prop drilling here is where someone keeps passing props. We shall look at this. We shall look at this. No need to worry. Keeps passing props. In various components. First, understand the concept of props very well. Then I will show you. Then I will show you prop drilling. How we can avoid something like this. Because I cannot show you how we can stop prop drilling when you don't understand even what props are. That is when I was learning. This is one of the things which made me like, I say, oh, what is this? Like, I'm beginning to understand prop drilling when I don't even understand even what props are. Like, I'm understanding how to stop prop drilling. I don't even understand what props, how props are, how we even use props. Can you imagine? So first, understand very well props. This one here. As you keep passing props, things begin becoming a little bit bombastic on your side. They begin becoming heavy, and there's a simplified way how we normally avoid something like this. Okay, okay. So I will show you these ones in the future. Okay, okay. So right now, maintain consistency, avoid prop drilling. Three. Cleaner code. We need cleaner code. If our code is clean, it's easier for someone to read. You can share your code with another developer and they easily read your code, pass through your code, and it's very easy for them to implement. If they want to make any small slight changes, it is easier. Okay? Okay, cleaner code. Then here for better performance, better performance, better performance, better performance. Okay, better performance. Okay, then here 5, I can say smooth user experience, smooth user experience, smooth user experience. Okay, okay. So if you add, you sum up all this gives us a very good reasons why we normally use state management, why we normally need state management. Okay, okay, okay. So last in our theory here, last in our theory, I can maybe like, let me first introduce you to types of state in Next.js. Types of state in Next.js. Types of state in Next.js. Let me just take it down here. Types of state in Next.js. Types of state in Next.js. Types of state in Next.js. In Next.js. It is very important for someone to know these things. Like someone just jumps to straight use state and you're going through, like you become lost. Like what am I studying? Like I have to first understand all these types of state, okay, which we have. So the first one here, I can maybe put here, for example, like A. Maybe I can say like part A. We have here local state. Local state. Okay, local state. Okay, this local state here is shared. It is shared. This one here, it is shared. It is shared. It is shared. It is shared inside one component. Inside one component. Okay, this local state here is shared inside one component. Example, I can maybe give some bit of examples. It can be, for example, like form inputs, form inputs, okay? The two go sidebars, then you have your model open and close, those pop-ups, okay? I can maybe just put them here, let me just put them here. It is shared, it is shared. For example, I can maybe say, we have here, for example, form inputs, form inputs, then we have here another one. For example, I can maybe say like a to-go sidebar. These sidebars, when they are opening and they are closing, we shall look at we shall have a whole complex day just talk about the dashboard. How the dashboard is, and even how the sidebar is. That is in the future, okay? Okay. To go the sidebar, okay? To go the sidebar. Then we have another one. For example, I can maybe say the other one which you normally have is model. This one here, we are about to look at the responsive navbar, but under React, okay? Okay. Model open and model opened and closed. Open and closed. Model opened and closed. Okay? Model opened and closed. Okay? Okay. So this one here, local state here, this local state here is this one here. I can maybe say here examples under local state. We normally have use state. We normally have use state. The very common one, I can maybe say use state, very extremely common. Then we have another called use reducer. Another called use reducer. Okay. This one here we normally use it in most especially in undercut elements. Okay. Okay. So use reducer. But that which is very, very, very dangerous and most bombastic is what we call as use state. Okay? Okay. So these ones here, all of them as you see them here, they are under local state. Okay? They are under local state. Okay? Okay. So we have another one here. I can maybe say here part B. Okay? I have another one called global state. Okay? Global state. So this one here is shared. It is shared. Shared across many components. Okay? Okay. So this one here I told you to share inside. Inside one component. Getting me? Are you getting me, members? So now someone would have told me, why don't you just start from you state? I have to teach you state, my dear. I have to teach you state, and you understand state very well. Okay? I can't just begin teaching you only one thing and then I go away. No. I teach you the thing from the origin to where we are going. Okay? Okay. And you also understand in the future when I bring a new concept, you understand where we are going, where we are heading to. Okay? Okay. So this one here local state, it is shared inside one company. This one here global state, it is shared across many components. And which one is this one here? This one here is very, very funny. Is this one where we shared across many components? We have, for example, authentication. Oh yeah, a very, 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 very bombastic topic. Authentication. Okay? User authentication. Okay? User authentication. User authentication. Okay? User authentication. Then we have another one called what is that one? Cut data. Cut. Or I can say add to cut or cut data. Okay? Cut data. Okay? Cut data. We have another one called, I can maybe put it here. We have another one called theme. Dark to light. Yeah? Theming, where we have here theme. Yeah? Where, for example, you're putting dark mode, light mode, dark mode, light mode. This one here, dark mode, light mode. Yeah? Light mode. So this one here, it is shared across very many components. Okay? Very many components. Okay? Okay. So we have another one. I can maybe put here. We have another one. Use authentication, cut data. We have here theme, dark stroke, light mode. Then we have another one here. It is called what is this one here? Dashboard filters. Huh. That's one here, another bombastic concept. Dashboard filters. Okay? Dashboard filters. Okay? For example, members, if you don't get conditional rendering, this is where you'll be hurt most, because when you're having a dashboard, for example, a particular user, let me say a receptionist, has a particular dashboard, and and for example, an admin has a particular dashboard, an accountant has their own dashboard, and for you don't get conditional rendering on day 69. You'll be seeing things which are weird. We are using conditional rendering everywhere to re-render things, and you'll be completely confused, and we shall be using global state. Okay? So members, understand this from first principles, day one. Okay? Understand it from first principles, day one. And now here, which things normally fall under this global state here? Now here we normally use libraries. This is where we normally use out of libraries. Okay? We normally use out of libraries. Okay? What's the spelling of library? Libraries. Okay? JavaScript libraries or React libraries. Okay? Normally use out of libraries, and these libraries here, I can maybe put them here and you see them. We normally use libraries, for example, context API. Context API. Context API. Context API. Okay? You might use libraries, for example, context API. We normally have a libraries, for example, Zoostar. Okay? You might have libraries, for example, Zoostar. We normally have another one called Redux Toolkit. Okay? Redux Toolkit. We have another library called, now this one is funny one here, Jotai. Yeah, this one here was funny. I was trying this one here, but it was very, 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 very weird when I was doing it. I felt like, Jotai. Okay? We have here Jotai. Then we have another one called Recoil. Maybe space is done. Which one? Where can I put this one? We have another called Recoil. Yeah? Another called Recoil. Okay? Okay. So members, I want you to understand where we are getting things. Okay? Where we are getting things. Okay? Just understand this. where are we start? Members just bumping topics, which is that is how I was. I just said, now I'm bumping into this one. I don't even know how we are right to that. Okay, and that one can kill you. It can terrorize you. You die inside within. Okay. Okay, so this one is Jota, this is recoil. Some must just try to understand this very, very well. These are libraries. We normally use these words under these libraries, okay? Global state, okay? Global state. Have you got it, members? Have you got it? Okay, we move on. We move on. We move on, we move on, we move on. So we have another one here. Can maybe say C. C. Can maybe say here part C. We have here server state. Server state. Server state. Okay? Server state. Server state. Server state like just like this, okay? Okay. So here data comes from the server. Data comes from the server. Comes from the server. Okay? Data comes from the server. Or I can term as API. Application Programming Interface. Okay? Okay. So examples, this one here we shall have examples. For example, when we are fetching data. When we are fetching data. Fetching data, or when you are fetching products, fetching data, or maybe I can put there maybe in brackets, maybe products, okay? When you are fetching data, for example, or products, okay? When we are fetching data, or we are fetching products, okay? Okay. So this one here that comes from the API like that. Then we have another one here, for example, when you are fetching user profile, when you are fetching user profile, when you are fetching user profile, okay? User profile, okay? When you're fetching user profile, then we have another one here, for example, I can say, which one we have? Something else. Okay, let me say when you have, for example, like an expense track, and we are fetching, for example, expenses. When you are fetching expenses, stroke incomes, expenses stroke, and maybe put your incomes. Okay. Okay. So this one here we normally use when we are fetching. This is server state. Okay. And for server state here, we normally have some weird things which normally do handle this server state. Okay. For server state management, we normally have these ones here. I can maybe say here for server state management, for server state management, for server state management, we normally have these weird things here, okay? Which normally manage server state, okay? Okay, so we have here another one. The first one, which is very common. I've seen this one is very common, eh? I've seen this one is very common. It's called React query. React query. Okay? React query, or what I can term as turn stack query. Turn stack query. Turn stack query. I don't know what the spelling is. Turn stack query. Just like this, okay? Okay. So then we have another one. I can maybe put here another one is server actions. Okay? And in server actions, we shall look at all of these, okay? Server actions. Then we have another one. It is called SWR, okay? Or what I can term as in brackets stale while revalidate. What's another bombastic concept? I was trying this one here some time back, and I felt like, what is this? I was trying this one where I was trying to fetch. I was even using this one here where I was using this one here at the same time with web scraping. I said, dear. I said no. But for now, I don't want to take you into that. But this one here is also another library which we normally use. Okay, SWR. Okay, okay. So, members, I hope right now you are really getting this. I hope you have really gotten this. Okay, okay. So right now, I don't think right now you have a very big challenge as far as Next.js is concerned, as long as we have anywhere there is state, you can just easily understand where we are. Okay. So now brings us to the real reason for today's class. All these ones here, which I'll be looking at them in bits. I'll just come one day I teach you React query. I come one day I teach you server actions. I come one day I teach you context API. As long as where we have, for example, fetching cat products. I come next day I teach you Redux toolkit. I come one day I teach you Zustan. But as long as you understand where we are coming from, okay? I don't just come out of the blue and teach you this, okay? Right now you really understand where we are, okay? Where things are coming from, okay? So let me come here. Then our major emphasis is going to be this one here. Our major emphasis is going to be use state, okay? It's going to be use state, okay? So let me come here and teach it to you, okay? Our major emphasis today is use state. Use state, okay? Use state, okay? And you know that this, and right now we know where use state comes from. This is local state. This is local state, okay? This is local state, okay? So what is use state? Use state, this is a React hook. This is a React hook. This is a React hook that allows you, your component, that allows your component to remember and update data okay. Use state, this is the React hook that allows your components to remember and update data. This is what I can term as use state. Think of it like a memory inside your component. Think of it like a memory. Inside your component. Or a tiny memory inside your component. Okay? Tiny memory inside your component. Okay? Component, just like this, tiny memory inside your component. Okay. So members, I hope you are understanding now, right? We use state. Okay. What does use state do? What does use state do? Okay. What does use state do? Okay. Big question. What does use state do? Okay. This one here, the use state here, it remembers. Okay. Remembers. Okay. Your data. It remembers your data. Okay. Two, it updates your UI. When data changes. Okay. So it updates your UI when data changes. Okay. 3, it makes components interactive. Makes components interactive. Okay. Then 4, avoids manual DOM updates. Okay. Avoids manual DOM updates. Okay. What does use state do? It remembers your data, updates your UI when data changes, makes components interactive, avoids manual DOM updates. Okay. So where do we use state? That's another common question. Okay. Where do we use state? Okay. Where do we use state? Where do we use state? Where do we use state? use state. Okay, where do we use state? Okay, where do we use? Don't confuse use. You will say use. Where do we use state? Okay. This one here, use state here. Someone will ask which particular cases do I need to use state? Okay, which particular cases do I need to use state? Simply anywhere. Let me put it here. Anywhere you want to track. Anywhere you want to track. Okay, anywhere you want to track. Okay. Anywhere where you want to track a piece of data or a piece of information for the future use, okay? That's why you use state, okay? Okay. So we have you normally want to track where we have, for example, like text inputs, where we have text inputs, input values. That's why we use state, okay? We have another area where we normally use toggles. Toggles, for example, dark mode, the light mode. Toggles, we have another one where we have, for example, counters. Where we have, for example, counters. Then we have another one where we have, for example, form fields. Okay? Form fields. Okay? Okay. Then we have another one where we have, for example, selected items. Selected items. Okay, selected items. Okay, then we have another one, for example, selected items. Then we have another one, for example, called user interactions, where we have, for example, user interactions with the browser. Okay, so all these ones there use state interactions. Interactions. I don't know whether the spelling is correct there. Interactions. Okay, interactions, user interactions. Okay, then we have another one called where we normally use this one to get when you have loading states. Loading states. Okay, loading states. Okay, so also look at this. Then we have another one where we have loading states there. And then we have another one called where we have, for example, errors, form errors. Okay, form errors. Okay. So, but this is where we normally use state, or you can even use anywhere else as long as you want basically any changes on the screen. Okay. Members, if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit the notification icon and the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming classes. Okay. So members, I feel like we have started a lot. Now we're going into the practical bit. Okay. I can maybe even come here. We are now going into the practical bit of it all. The practical bit. Okay. The practical bit of it all. The practical bit. Okay. We're now going in our VS Code and we're going to look at this practically. Okay. So members, I come here, I already installed my project here, but now I am doing this deliberately. Members, here in this example of ours here, we are going to use normal JSX, normal React, or normal React. What I can term as normal JSX. Okay. Along with maybe CSS and maybe SAS or SAS, any that you want. Okay, any that you want. But first, I'm going to use this one in today's project. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be day 71. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be day 71. Okay. And I'm going to look at use state with TypeScript. Okay. I'm going to look at state management. Again. I have made this deliberately. I cannot begin teaching you state management with TypeScript direct from the beginning. No way. I need to introduce to you something from the origin, from the very beginning, where it came from. Then I show where we are going. Okay. Okay, set management with TypeScript. Okay, this is deliberate. This is a deliberate action. This is a deliberate action. Okay, set management with TypeScript. Okay, okay. So understand this. This is what we want to cover in tomorrow's class. Today I want to use normal JSX along with CSS or Sass. As simple as that. Okay, okay. So install your project in this normal JSX and Sass. Don't use Tailwind. Don't use Tailwind. Tailwind is going to be for tomorrow, and we're going to also TypeScript is also going to be for tomorrow. Okay, okay. So after installing your project, it will be to look like this. Okay, to look like this. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I have here my global CSS. As you can see it layout like this. Okay, everything is like this. I want to show you where we started from to arrive to where we are going. Okay, okay. So members, I can maybe rename this to this page here to page.jsx. Okay, page.jsx. Okay, just like this. Okay, I'm not using tsx because we don't have TypeScript. Okay, okay. So right now, as you can see, it's like this. Everything is good. Okay, everything is good. So I'm coming here. The first one, use state with use state, use state, use state with strings, use state with strings. Okay, use state with strings. How does it? How does this one look like? How does this one look like? Use state with strings. Use state with strings. How does this one look like? That's our major heading today. Okay? Okay. Use state with strings. So I'm going to come here and say here RFC. RFC, RFC, just like this. Loading, loading. RFC is like this, okay? Okay. RFC. Okay? It's like that. So, how does this one be? How does this one come about? Okay? So I'm going to come here, I put here, for example, I come in my global CSS here. I have here, for example, I want to remove all these ones which are here. Let me first remove all these ones that are here. Okay. So I start with browser reset. I come here, I say, sometimes I even miss browser reset. These things here, because we are more dwelled in Tailwind and we don't even realize this. Okay. Okay. Margin 0. Padding 0. Padding 0. Okay, then here box size, border box. Okay, box size, border box. Okay, okay. So I'm going to come here, I say here my outer container. I give you a class. I can name it. I can name this one as maybe my overall container. Overall container. Okay, just like this. Then I come here. I put here. I say here dot overall container. Okay, dot overall container. Okay, and I put here width I can maybe put here 100%, and I put here height I can maybe put here 100 VH. Okay, and I put here background color maybe orange red can work for me. Orange red can work for me. Okay, okay. So after doing this, I want to see my overall container. Okay, I come here, I come there, I say I maybe say npm run dev. Okay, npm run dev. As simple as this. So it's coming. It's running a development server. Let me wait for it as it's coming. Okay. So if you have any questions whatsoever in this area, you can comment in the comment section. I see how I can help you. Okay. Okay. So I'm copying this now, that link. I am bringing it here inside my browser here. Just immediately after this one here, I am putting it here in my browser. I put it here. Localhost. The localhost link is there. So I say enter. So it's coming. Okay? It is coming. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please comment in the comment section. I see how I can help you. Okay? So you see my overall container is here, and I put it orange. Okay? And I put it orange. Okay? Okay. So everything is like this. Everything is good. So we are going to see it. Okay? Okay. So here, members, I hope right now you see everything is good. Okay, everything is good. Okay. Okay. So now the overall container is there. I can maybe come and maybe just say this one as mean height. Maybe mean height. Okay, mean height. Okay, to keep expanding. To keep expanding. Okay. Okay. So members, it looks good. So I can maybe come and remove this orange red right now. Can maybe come and remove this orange red right now. It becomes like a normal container. Okay. Like a normal container. Okay, it's there. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to come here, mypage.jsx here, and now I give here. I can now put here. I can maybe put here. What can I put? What can I put? What can I put? What can I put here? I can maybe put here example of strings. Okay, div. Okay, maybe put here div, and I put here class name. Class name, and I put here strings example. Strings example. Strings example. Okay, strings example. So I come here and put here strings example. I'm just naming the container strings example. I have a reason why I'm naming it, because this is an example for strings. Okay, dot strings example. Strings dot strings dot strings example. Okay, dot strings example. I come here, I put here width. I can maybe come, I say here width 100%. Okay, and I come, I say here height. I can maybe come, I put here maybe like 30 VH. 40 VH work for me, 40 VH. And I come, I put here background color. Then I put here maybe blue. Okay, maybe blue. Okay. So I want to see how this strings example container looks like. Yeah, strings example. I can maybe put here strings example container. And I don't want to mix them. Strings example container. Okay, strings example container. Okay, just like this. So I want to see how it looks like. It's like that. Okay, it's here. Okay. So I can maybe put here. I can maybe come and put here maybe heading one, and I put here strings. Okay, I can maybe put here how to use strings, how to use state in strings, use state in strings. Okay, use state in strings. Okay, just like this. How to use state in strings. So until my heading one. Okay, it's there. It is there. Okay. So it's like that. So maybe I can put it in the center. Maybe I put it in the center? Can I put this one in the center and we see? Or maybe I can just leave it. Okay. So maybe I can put here a div inside. I can maybe put here a div inside, and I put here now. I can maybe put here the actual example. I put here class name, and I put the actual example. Okay, actual example for strings. Actual example. Can I put the actual example strings? So don't mind about the names which I'm using here. Me, I want to just try so hard to see that you really understand this. Okay. Maybe let me just leave this one out. Let me just leave this. Let me just put in the container is there very well, and maybe I put some bit of display flex, align item center, display flex, align item center, align items center, justify content center. Okay, just like this. Maybe I can I put here maybe text white. I'm used to text. I'm used to text white of tailwind. Okay. And I put here color white. Okay. So that's like this. Okay. So I understand it looks like it's like this. Okay. How to use strings in use state in strings. Okay. So right now, what am I going to do? I'm going to come here. I put here now a p tag. Okay. I put here a p tag very well, as you can see. let me put some bit of gap, let me put a gap of maybe 1 rem, okay, gap of maybe 1 rem, okay. So maybe I can put here flex direction column, okay, flex direction column. So members, right now I don't believe CSS is a problem to anybody right now, okay. I don't believe CSS is a problem to anybody. So I come here, I put here p tag. I can maybe say here hello. Now members, what I'm going to do? Maybe I can come and put here maybe hello Mary, maybe hello Mary, okay. What exactly what I'm going to do? What I am going to do? Okay. So let's see how it looks like. Hello Mary, just like this, okay. So watch what I'm going to do. Watch what I am going to do. So members, watch what I'm going to do. Maybe the p tag looks a little bit small. Why don't I just change this one to maybe heading 2 or heading 3? Okay, heading 2. Okay, let me first put heading 2 and I see. Okay, it's here. Hello Mary. Okay, you see this one? I put this one hello Mary. Okay, hello Mary, as you can see it there. Okay. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come here. I put here input, just like this. Input. Okay, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to put an input where what I type in here changes the name. Okay. So let me put here input. Let me see how the input looks like. It is here, okay. My input is here, okay. Let me just maybe come. I put here maybe class name. I classified. I say class name. Can maybe put here my input, okay. My input or my name input, okay. So I just want to classify this one and I make it very nice, okay, and I make it really nice, okay. So come here, I put here my name input dot my name input. Then I come, I put here width. I can maybe put here maybe let me just put padding. Padding is enough. Padding. I put maybe padding of 1 rem. Okay. Top, bottom, left, and right. Okay. Padding of 1 rem. Okay. It's like this. So members, you can see it looks like this. Okay. So maybe I can put here maybe font size, maybe large. Okay. Just like this. Okay. So I want to show you exactly what I'm going to do. Watch what I am going to do. We are using how to use state in strings, okay? How to use state in strings, okay? So what exactly what I'm going to do? What exactly what I am going to do, okay? So I'm coming here right now. What I want to do is when I type here, for example, Simon, okay? It even changes here. I see. When I type here, for example, James, hello, James, it even changes here, hello, James. Are you seeing, members? Are you seeing? When I come and type here, for example, Jordan, hello, Jordan, okay, it even changes here, hello, Jordan. Are you seeing? So it must remember, your state must have a certain memory to remember this thing here which is happening here. When I type in here, it changes, okay. When I type in there, it changes, okay. So you state, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to come here and I put here so this let me first come on this input here. I put here, for example, type. It is what is the various type. It can be type number, can be type a lot of types. This one is type text, okay. It is type text, okay. It is type text, and another thing is on change. Maybe I want to put here value and on change, okay. So when you can see it's type text, okay. It is type text, okay. So can I put here maybe numbers, for example, like 8. This one here, no. You want to use specifically text, okay. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to come here. We will normally put use state immediately after. Do you see export default function page here? Eh? Or export default function something. Okay? We normally put use state here, 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 here. I come under here and I put there use state. I come and say const. Okay? Const. I use some space and I put here. Now I open these. They're like array brackets. Okay? They are array brackets. Okay? There is what they call first value. I can maybe put here first value. Okay? First value. Okay? Then there is what they call second value. Second value. Second value. Second value. Okay? I want to explain this for you from the beginning. Okay? First value, second value. Then I put here, for example, maybe I put here is equal to use state. Is equal to use state. Okay? And then this use state here, they suggest for us, then you say use state from React. Okay? Use state from React. Okay? Use state from React. Okay? Okay. Then there is something inside this. I can maybe put here something. Okay? That thing that you're going to change, or this one here, I can maybe come and copy all this and I bring it inside my whiteboard here and I explain this to you. Okay? So, members, use state will always be like this. It will always be like this. Okay? It will always be like this. Always and always use state will be like this. Okay? Okay. So, members, when you're dealing, for example, with use state, members, I want you to look at only one thing. Look at only one thing. Okay? This area here is what is going to be changing always and always. Okay? Here, this area is going to be either a string where I'm putting something. It will either be a string or it will be a number. Or it will be an array. Or it will be an object. Or it will be an object. So members, or it will be a boolean. Okay? So members, this is one thing that is going to always be changing. So your area of focus should be looking here at this place here. Is it a string? Is it a number, array, object, boolean? Okay? So it will be inside here. You just notice what is inside here. Okay? Okay. So now first value, this first value you're seeing here. This first value you're seeing here is always and always is a variable. A variable which we are storing is always and always this one is a variable. Okay? This variable here is where we're storing this thing here. Okay? This thing here, it can be either a string, it can be either a number, it can be either a boolean like this. Okay? And this one here is the starting point. And this one here seeing here is always and always this is an initial. It's an initial or starting point. Okay? It's an initial or starting point. Or starting point. Okay? Okay? Okay. So this one you're seeing here is an initial or starting point. Okay? Is where we start from. So where we start from, we save it in this variable here. Are you seeing it? Then this one here, this second value you're seeing here is the changing factor. Is the value that is going to be changing. Is the changing factor. The changing factor. Okay? As simple as that. As simple as that. Okay? As simple as that. The first one here is the variable where we're storing this. Okay? The first one you're seeing here is the variable where we're storing this. Okay? Where it can be the string, number, array, object, boolean. Okay? But this one is the starting point. Okay? So we're storing this inside this variable here. Then this one here, second value, is responsible for changing this variable. Okay? As simple as that. As simple as that. As simple as that. Okay? So that is the changing factor. Okay? And normally start this changing factor with the set. Can maybe say set. Set first value. Set first value. Okay? We shall always start this one with the set. It's not a must for you to start with set, but naming conventions are if you want to become like a real professional. Normally start this one with set. Okay, set. Okay, this second value. Okay, as simple and precise as this. Okay, as simple and precise as this. So right now we are looking at strings. So expect what is going to be inside here to be a string. It can be either an empty string or it can be a string inside there. Okay. So I can come here and put maybe let me put, for example, like an empty string, or let me put here maybe Mary. Okay, Mary. Okay. So let me come here. I now remove this. Since you have understood that, I'm going to come and say here const. Then I come here, I say here, open the array brackets, I put here name. Okay, name. Then I come, I put here set name. Okay, set name. Then I come, I say here set name. Then I come, I say here is equal to use state. Okay, use state. Call it here, and make sure you call it from React. If you don't call it from React, it won't work. Okay, use state. Then I come, I say here maybe let me say here Mary. Okay, let me put the initial value to be Mary. Okay, the initial value, and this is a string. Okay, this is a string. Okay, so it's like that. Then I come, I say here. You know very well we are saying here hello Mary. So what do I do? Since I store this string here inside this variable here. Okay, I store this string here inside this variable here. Are you getting me, members? When I do something like this, I store this initial value here inside this one here. It can be either a string, boolean, num. I store it inside this first value here. Okay. So I don't need to put Mary again here. Okay. I just come, I put my. When I remove it here, you're going to see what's going to happen to the UI. That's what's going to see. It's coming. It has slowed down a little bit. It's coming. So members, there's also another thing which normally happens. Okay? There's also another thing which normally happens. When you use state, we use it under client components. Client components means that it's going to be an operation on the client component. Okay. So members, come here up here and put there. Come up here and put here use client. Put there this use client. Don't miss this. Don't forget to put this. Okay. Don't forget to put that. Okay. Use client, because we are dealing with client components. Okay. There are two components. There's what you call server side components, and what you call client components. Okay. So this one, the method that going to have some operations on the screen. Okay. So I have to put this one as a client component. Okay. Put the use client. Okay. As simple as that. So it has gone. The error has gone away. So the error has gone away. So here you have here hello. It has disappeared. Okay. It has disappeared. You're seeing here, you don't have Mary anymore. Okay? You don't have Mary anymore. So I come here, I put here in my brackets, I come there, I put here something like this. I put there. Now remember, I've stored Mary inside this variable here. I see, I've stored Mary inside that variable. I come, I put here hello name. As simple as that. Okay? As simple as that. So it's coming. So Mary comes back because I have stored Mary in this variable here. I see. I stored Mary in that variable there. Okay? That variable there. Okay. So I've stored Mary inside that variable. So what is going to happen next? My emphasis is I want, when I type here Simon, even here changes to Simon. And when I type here Philip, even here changes to Philip. Okay. So what are you going to do? So this one here is the changing factor. Remember very well what I told you, that this one is the changing factor. Okay. This one here is responsible for changes. Okay. It's responsible for changes. Okay. So maybe I can come and put here maybe just after text here I put here value. Don't forget to put your value, and I put here name. Okay, value is name. Okay, value is name. Value is name. Okay, value is name. So here it will start with Mary as the very first value. Okay, so we are triggering that the first one should be name. Okay, so you will find here Mary is the first one here. Okay, okay. So me I want when I type here Simon, it changes to Simon. When I type here Philip, it changes to Philip. I type here James, it changes to James here. Okay, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here. I come here, value, name, and I come here, I put here, for example, now I say here, on change, okay? I put here a very small function, on change, okay? On change, okay? And I put here an event to listen to that change, okay? On change, I put an event, and I put an arrow function to do it for me. An arrow function. And I put here, the arrow function is, yes, listen to this event which is happening. Listen to that event which is happening. Then put an arrow function, okay? Then I put here now the changing factor. The changing factor is which one? Changing factor is which one? It is set name, okay? Changing factor is set name, okay? So I put here set name, okay? Set name, okay? And I open here and say the event dot target dot value, okay? Target dot value, as simple and precise as this, okay? Either target dot value, okay? So when I'm done with that, okay? So right now I want to come and see. So it has worked for me. It has worked. I hope it has worked. I hope everything is good. So when I come and say here, hello, Simon. Even here it changes. Are you seeing? When I come and say here, hello, Philip. Even here it changes. Are you seeing? When I come and say here, hello, James. Okay? Even here it changes. Okay? When I come and type here, maybe hello, Matthew. Okay? Even here it changes. Okay? When I come and type here, for example, hello, Harry. Even here it changes. Harry. Even here it changes. Okay? Hello, Ben. Even here it changes. Hello, Grace. Even here it changes. Okay? So members, this is a very important concept. Okay? So I was showing you how we use strings in how we use state in strings. Okay? How we use state in strings. So I can maybe come and put here example 1. Example 1. Okay? Even this one here was example 1. Okay? 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 Members, I hope you have understood this very well. Okay? Okay. So here members, we are going to go into our next example. And now right now our next example is example 2, and we are going to deal with numbers. Okay? We are now going to deal with numbers. Hope your members have understood this. Hope you have really understood this. Okay? Okay. So right now I can maybe shift my focus, and I put my focus right now on another one. Okay? Okay. So right now let me just come and duplicate this. Okay? Maybe what one can I duplicate very fast? Maybe this one here. Okay? Let me just duplicate this. Okay? Me what I'm interested in is example, maybe number, example. Okay? Numbers, example, number, example. Okay? Okay. So I can maybe come and remove this number, example. So I can maybe come and remove that, and I just copy all of this. Let me just come and copy all of this. For the interest of time, let me just come and copy all of this. And now I'm going to come and put it here. Okay? Come and put inside there. Okay? So right now I am having strings. So this one is number, example. Okay? So this one I can maybe come and put this one as orange red, just like this. Okay? Okay. So my number example It's coming, it is here, okay? It is here, okay? It is there, okay? So this one here, I can come, maybe I put this one as, I put here my heading 1, and I say how to use use state in numbers, okay? In numbers, okay? In numbers, okay? Okay. So it's like that. It's coming. How to use state in numbers, okay? Okay. So members, I hope members you are understanding. I've tried to simplify this to the lowest tune possible. Okay? Okay. So how to use state in numbers? So we are coming. So right now we are here. So I come here. I put here now example 2. Example 2. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to put something like a counter. And I'm going to put something like a counter. It's going to be a counter example. Okay? So I'm going to come and say here const. And I come and say here const count. Const count. Then I come and say here set count. Set count. Okay? It's the changing factor. This one is responsible for changing this one. Okay? Okay. And I come and say here is equal to use state. Okay? Use state. And I come and put here. So since we are using our emphasis is on numbers. So it's going to be a string inside here. It's going to be a number. So I can maybe come and say the starting point is 0. Okay? The starting point is 0. Okay? Okay. 0 is a number. Okay? Okay. So now I come here. Here. Are you seeing here? And I put, for example, something. I can maybe come, I put here my heading 2. As you see, my heading 2 is there. And I come, I put here count. Okay? And I put here count. Okay? Then I put here maybe count like so I can maybe come, I put here count. Then I can maybe come and say count 34 and I see how it looks like. Let me come and see how it looks like. Count 34. It's coming. Count 34. Let me put maybe 64 and I see. 64 and I see. Okay? Count 64. Okay, it's there. What about if I say count 100? What about if I say count 100? Okay, well, count 1000 and I see. Okay, I've understood. So members, what I've stored inside this one, when I put inside here something, I store by default, it stores it inside this variable here. I'm getting this, members. Get it very well. When I put cost count is equal to set count like this, use state, it stores this value inside here. The same way Mary was stored inside the variable called name. Okay? Okay, so right now I've stored this 0 inside this variable here called count. Okay, so even if I come, I say here, count here count, and I come, I say here, cost. Inside here I put here count with small letters count. Okay, this count which is here, Okay, I see this count which is here. I've called it here. Okay, okay. So let me see what is going to happen. Count 0. Are you seeing 0? Because it has gotten that 0 which was here. Even if I come, I put here maybe 99. It has already stored the 99 inside the other count. Okay, so it's bringing that value inside there. Okay, okay. So I hope you are really understanding. This. Okay, so my starting point is 0. Okay, my starting point is 0. Okay. My starting point is 0. Are you seeing this? Okay? Okay. So right now, what I'm going to do? Okay? Okay. So I come here. Right now I'm going to put here a button. Okay? Button, very well. Okay? My button is there. Okay? So I'm going to come here. Let me put here. This button here. This button is going to increase the count. It's going to increase the count. Okay? It's going to increase the count. it's going to increase the count. Okay. Okay. So this button, as you are seeing it here, let me see how it looks like. Let me see how this button looks like. It's very small, I see. Okay, it's very small. So it's going to have here, for example, a word, for example, increase. Increase, okay? Increase, increase, okay? Okay, increase. So it's going to have the word increase. Okay? Okay. So maybe give this button some bit of styles because it doesn't look good for me. It looks ugly. So I give it some styles. Like I say here, button, okay? Button. So button is going to be, maybe let me give it, for example, like padding. Let me give it, for example, like 1 rem. Okay, 1 rem, just like this. I'm not going to give it color for now. I'm going to give it color. I may as want to see it as a button, just like this. Okay. Okay. So padding 1 rem. I put here maybe font size maybe also large. Okay, maybe large. Okay. Okay, just like this. So when I put here large, and I put here maybe box border radius, and I put here maybe like 10 pixels. Okay, 10 pixels. Okay. Okay. So it's there. It is there. Okay. The button is increased. Okay. Okay. So right now I put here maybe cursor pointer. Okay. I don't want it to be with an arrow on it. Okay. Okay. So this button here is responsible for increasing. So I want, when I tap here, increase it, increases this counter from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. Increase. Okay? So what am I going to do? Watch and look at the magic. Okay? Okay. So, members, I come here. On this button you're seeing here. I come inside that head of the button. I put here the on click function. On click. I say here on click, just like this. Okay. Okay. So everything I'm going to do is going to be inside this on click button. Okay. This on click button. Okay. Okay. So I put here an arrow function. Responsible for that clicking activity. Okay. Okay, and I say here on click, let's say this one, I say set count. Set count is coming from where? This one here, another I put here, the changing factor. I understand, members, the changing factor. So I put here set count, okay, as you're seeing it there, set count, the changing factor, okay. I named my changing factor set count, okay. Then I say here, as simple as count plus 1. Very, very simple. Count plus 1. Just count for me plus 1. Count for me plus 1. Like, just keep adding. Just say add 1 always. Add 1 always. Don't matter I click on it, just add 1. This one here means that if I click on this button, yeah, just add 1. As simple as that, okay? Okay, so let us go and see. Okay, so when I say here, on increase here, I click on it 1, it adds 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, up to infinite. Okay? So members, I hope you are really understanding this. Okay? So the thing is just as simple as this. On click, put here an arrow function to do this thing for me. Then I put here set count. Yeah? Set count is this one here seeing here. Okay? The changing factor. It's not the max that is supposed to be set count. These are just my names. Okay? Then it is like that. As simple as that. Okay? As simple as that. Okay? Okay, so I can come here and now put here, I put here now another button to reduce, because right now I have put this one to 20 and now I want to reduce it back. I want to now reduce it back. What am I going to do? I'm going to come here and put here this button I'm going to put here. This button is is going to reduce the count. It's going to reduce the count. Okay, as simple as this. Okay, so this one is going to reduce the count. Okay, okay. So I'm going to come here. I put here the button. Okay, I put here the button. The button. Okay, the button is there, just like this. Then I put here decrease. Then I put here decrease. Okay, decrease. Okay, decrease, button decrease. Okay, so it is there. Okay, if button increase, button decrease. Okay, button increase, this is button decrease. Okay, members. Okay, so maybe let me just make them on the straight, but let me just leave them like that. Okay, so this button is for increase, this button is for decrease. So I'm going to put a function to decrease this. Okay, so I'm going to come here and say here on click. Okay, on click, just like this. Then I put my inside here. There is supposed to be a function to do for me what I want to do. Okay, so I put here an arrow function. Okay, an arrow function. Then I put here set count. Okay, then I put here count. Okay, minus one. As simple as that. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so let me come and I see it. Okay, let me come now and I see it. Okay, so right now you can see I say here increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now let me come now and I reduce it. 19. I see now it is reducing. 17, 16. Now it's reducing now. 14, 13, 12. I see now, members. I see 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I see now, members. I see. 3, 2, 1. Now it's already going to 0. Now negative. Just like this. Okay? So, members, I hope you have really understood this. Understood. You can even do it for multiplication, for division, anything. Can even be like a simple calculator. Okay? Can even be like a simple calculator. It's the same tactic they use. Okay? The same tactic they use. Okay? Okay. So, members, I hope you have really understood this. Okay? Okay. So, members, I hope you have really understood this. Okay? Okay. So, members, I hope you have really understood this. So, members, what can we do now? Right now, I want to introduce you to use state using booleans. Okay? Use state using booleans. Okay? Okay. So, I'm going to come here. I put here example 3. Example 3. Okay? Okay. Then I put here const. Okay? Then I put here const. Then I put here using booleans. Okay? We're now using booleans. Okay? Okay. Then I put here is visible. Okay? Then I put here set is visible. Okay? Set is visible. So right now we are going to use booleans. Okay? And I'm going to use booleans. Okay? Set is visible. And I say here is equal to use state. Okay? And I put here use state is true. Okay? Use state is true. Okay? Set is visible, then set is visible. This is true. Okay? Okay. So as you can see, it looks like this. Okay? Okay. So is visible, set is visible. So what am I going to do right now? Okay? So I'm going to come here. So I want to maybe get something like this. And this same content. I don't want to again come and repeat things. Okay? So I'm just going to come and I put maybe this container here. I can maybe remove the things which are inside. I can maybe come and put here boolean example container. Boolean example container. Okay, Boolean example container. So I come here, I maybe come I copy this. Okay, I come I copy all of this like this, and I come I put here Boolean example container. Okay, I come I put there, then I come I put here Boolean example container. Boolean example container. Then I come I put here, this is green. Okay, and I put it to green. Okay, just like this. Okay, so I'll say it looks like this. Okay, this one here is for booleans. Okay, this one here is for booleans. This one here is for booleans. Okay, so let me come here, I put here how to use booleans. Okay, let me come here, Boolean example container. Okay, so let me come here, I put here now my heading 1. Heading 1, how to use booleans, how to use booleans in use state. Okay, how to use use state in booleans. Okay, in booleans. Okay, how to use use state in booleans. Okay, how to use use state in booleans. So I want to come and see how it looks like. It looks like this. Okay, how to use state in numbers, how to use state in strings, how to use state in booleans. Okay, so members, it looks like this. So how I want to do this, how are you going to do this? Okay, so I'm going to have here, for example, my button. I'm going to come here and I put here button. Remember, I already setted my button long time ago. I'm not going to select it again. Okay, I'm not going to select this one again. Okay, so I'm going to come, I put here button. Okay, it's like that. And I come, I put here what can I do? Let me come, I say here, I'm just thinking. Let me put here to go message. Let me put here to go message. Okay, to go message can be like short message or anything like that. Okay, so and then I come, I want to see this message here. I want to see this message here. So I'm going to, my message is I'm going to come, I put here the message. I'm going to come, I put here inside the quotes here, I put here is visible. Okay, is visible. If it is visible, if this condition here is true, I say this condition here, this I put here boolean. Is visible. I think is visible. It is true. Okay. So this, if this condition here is true, show this. Without this in conditional operators, without this in conditional operators. Okay. So if it's visible, show this. Okay. Show this p tag. Maybe show this heading 1 tag. Okay. Show this heading 3 tag. Oh, what can I say? Maybe heading 2. Show the heading 2 tag. Okay. Right now this is JavaScript. It's not working very well for me. Okay. Show the heading 2 tag. Okay. The heading 2 tag is hello. Can you see me? Hello. Okay. Hello. Can you see me? Hello. You can see me. Hello. You can see me. You can see me. Okay. Hello. You can see me. Okay. Hello. You can see me. Okay. Just like this. So this one here is, if it is visible, show this. Okay. If it is visible, show this. Okay. If it is visible, show this. Okay. So hello, you can see me. Okay. Hello, you can see me. Okay. Are you seeing this? So right now, to go message. So you see, if it's visible, it's like that. Okay. So now I want to go this message here, maybe to hide it. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to come here. Then I come, I say here, I give you a certain condition. Come, I say here, on the button itself, I say here on click. Okay. Then I come, I put here, I give you an arrow function. Okay, an arrow function. So I use this one, the changing factor. The changing factor you're seeing here, set is visible. Okay, set is visible. I bring that changing factor and I put it there. I bring that changing factor and I put it there. Okay? Set is visible. Okay? Okay. Then I put this one too. I now put a not operator. A not operator. Remember, I started this. We started this, okay? The not operator is that one. Okay? I put it there and I said it's not visible. It's not visible. Okay? It means that it's not visible. So this one here is hide. Maybe I put here hide message. Instead of to go message, hide message. Okay? Hide message. Okay? Okay. So this one is responsible for hiding this message. Okay? It's responsible for hiding this message. Okay? Okay, just like this. So let me come. I scan it, hide message. Okay? Hello, you can see me. Are you seeing the messages here? So when I come, I say here hide message. It disappears. It what? It does what? It does what? It disappears. It disappears. Okay? It disappears. Okay? It disappears. Remember, whenever we tell this not operator, what it does, it inverses the what? The logic. It inverses the logic. Okay? So when I tap on this hide message, this button here, it disappears. Okay? This message here disappears. Okay? Okay? Okay. So that's where we are now. This one now. Hello, you can see me. When I come and tap on this hide message, it just disappears. Okay? Okay? So because we have inversed the logic here, we have inversed the logic there. Okay? Okay? Okay. Same as I hope you are really understanding this. I hope you are really understanding this. Okay? Okay. So members, I hope you are understanding. So right now let me go to the next one. Let me go to the next one. My next catch here is let me think, arrays. Okay, my next catch is arrays. We have last strings, numbers, booleans. Now let's go to arrays. Okay, let's now go to arrays. So I want to come here. I come here and I put an array. Example 4. Put the example 4. Example 4. Okay, example 4. So example 4 is here. Right now, when I come, I put here, for example, now we are going to use an array, okay? An array, okay? So I come here, I put here const, okay? Const. Then I come, I put there const. Then I come, I put here fruits, okay? Then I come, I put here comma. Then I put here set fruits, okay? We're now using an array, okay? Then I come, I put here is equal to use state, okay? Then I come and I put there the array. Because this one you're dealing with an array, okay? The array is here. Apple, okay? And I come, I put here banana, okay? Banana, okay? Just like this. The array has two fruits, okay? The array has two fruits, okay? Okay. So when I come here, the array has two fruits, as you can see. The array is there, it has two fruits. And I come here. Right now, I'm going to come here and put here arrays example container. Arrays example container. Let me give some space there. I put here arrays example container. Arrays example container. Array. Or array. Arrays example container. Or let's say array example container. Okay? So I come, I copy maybe this one for boolean. And I just replace here. Okay? I come and I just replace here. I don't want to repeat the styles. Okay? Okay. So I don't want to repeat the styles. I come, I replace there. I say here array example container. Array example container. Okay? Okay. So I can maybe make it maybe brown. I make this one maybe brown. Brown. Okay? Okay. So just like this. Brown. Okay? Okay. So it's coming, it's brown, okay? Okay. So now, inside here, I can maybe come, I put here how to use state in arrays, okay? How to use state in arrays, okay? How to use state in arrays. In arrays, okay? Okay, just like this. So it looks like this, okay? How to use state in arrays, okay? Okay, just like that. So right now I'm going to put an array. I'm now going to put an array. But right now I want to see the array here. Okay? Okay. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come here and do something like this. So members, right now you will see that my array is there very well, okay? My array is there. So, even first come I put here an array here. I put here an ordered list, UL, okay? An ordered list. And I come I put there fruits, okay? I call the fruits there. I call the fruits there. I call the fruits. I put there, for example, fruits dot map, because there are very many, okay? Dot map, and in an array we look through them and we get a particular fruit. And I put here fruit, okay? Fruit, and I put there, the fruit has an index, okay? The fruit has an index. Oh, there's something I've forgotten. Something that I've forgotten, okay? So this one here, it's like this, then it's like this, okay? Then you put this, then an arrow function, okay? An arrow function, just like this. So it is like that, okay? It is like that. So it looks like this. So members, I hope members you are really understanding what we are doing. I hope you are really understanding what we are doing, okay? Okay. So this is an arrow function. And I put here, maybe li, a list, okay? A list of items. Just like this, okay? A list of items. Then I put there, for example, this list of items has here, in this one here, I put here, we normally have there a key. When we map through, we normally have a key, okay? A key. So this one has the index, okay? This index you're seeing here. So here, as you see here, we have here fruits. We have here fruits. Fruit. I'm calling the exact function which I have here, okay? I'm calling this exact function which I have here fruits, okay? It is fruits, okay? It is fruits, not called fruit, yes. It is fruits. So it is fruits, okay? Just like this. So, right now, I don't know why it's misbehaving like this. I don't know what's happening. What is happening? Index. Okay. I was wondering. Asking myself, why is it misbehaving? Okay, it's like this, okay? It's like this. So this one is index, just like this, okay? Okay, it's like that. So, now I was wondering why it's misbehaving like this. No, let us do like this. Like this. Okay, yeah, it's like that, supposed to be like that. So, fruits, I'm mapping through fruits to get a particular fruit, a specific fruit, okay? This one here, okay? Mapping through them to get a fruit, a single fruit, okay? And now we show this fruit here, okay? Okay, so I map through fruits to get a particular fruit, one single fruit, then I show this fruit there, okay? Okay? So I want to show it in my array here, and I see. I'll show it in my array here, and I see. It's coming. It's there, okay? So my array is here. It has here apple, banana, okay? It has here apple, banana. I can even come, I put here maybe. I can even come, I put here maybe mango. Maybe come, I put here maybe mango, okay? Maybe come, I put here maybe mango. So they are like three fruits, and you see them, okay? So it's the apple, banana, and mango, okay? Okay. So now I want to put a button to increase this, to maybe add a particular fruit. Okay? I'm going to add an orange. I'm going to add an orange, but I'm going to add it using a button. Okay? I'm going to add an orange, but I'm going to add that orange using a button. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to come here. Where should I come? I'm thinking, where can I put this? Okay? Where can I put this? So I'm going to come here, inside here, and I put a function, a particular function, responsible for adding, that. I put here function, responsible for adding an orange in the list. Okay? In the list, okay? Okay. So I'm going to come, I put here. Remember we studied spell operators, isn't it? without the spread operators. Okay, okay. I want to come and put your const. I'm thinking. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Const. I put there const add fruit. Add this fruit. This fruit. Okay. Add this fruit. Oh, I can maybe come. I put here maybe function. Function. Okay. Function. Add this fruit. Add this fruit. Okay. Add this fruit. Okay. Okay. So function add this fruit. So this function, as you can see, it's like this. Okay. Function add this fruit. Okay. Add this new fruit. Add this new fruit. Okay. Okay. Just like this. Then I come, I put this function is there. Okay. Okay. So I come, I put here set fruits. Set. Yeah. Set fruits. This set fruit comes from here. Comes from here. Okay. Okay. Set fruits, as you can see it there. Then I come. I put there now the array. I put now the array. Okay. The array is here. Okay. Then I come and I put here dot. The spread operator. The spread operator. If you miss this class, members, right now I think you are not understanding this. Please go back and watch that video yesterday. Operators, okay? Okay. So I come, I put here fruits. Okay? Fruits. All these fruits here. Then I add now a new fruit, okay? Then I now add a new fruit, and then the fruit I'm adding is an orange, okay? The fruit I'm adding is an orange, okay? Okay. So right now, as simple as this. As simple as this, okay? I'm adding an orange, okay? Okay. So I'm going to come here, and I create now a button. Where you're seeing this UL here, I'm going to come and I create here a button, okay? A button is here. Then I come here. Inside here, I can come and say here add orange. Add orange. So this button is responsible for adding a new fruit. Okay. Okay. Add orange. And I come, I put here. I'm thinking, what can I do there now? So right now I'm going to call that function inside that button. Okay. So I'm going to come here and say here on click. Okay. On click. Then I say add this new fruit. As simple as I call that function there. I call this function there. Add this new fruit. As simple as that. So I want to see how it looks like. Answer it looks like. It's coming. It's here. Add orange, okay? Add orange. So when I come and tap it like this, it adds the orange. Wow. So are you seeing when I come and reload here? There is no orange in the list, okay? But when I come and tap here, add orange, it adds the orange there. And you see it has added it in the list. Okay? Okay. So as simple as that. Okay? I just get this function here, add this new fruit, I put this function here. Okay? Remember, inside this thing here, it is called a spread operator. Inside this one here, and operators in JavaScript, in a plain JavaScript. Okay? If you have any changes with this, please go back and watch that video inside these spread operators. Okay? Okay. So this one here is in advanced array methods. This is an advanced array methods. Okay? Okay. So then we add this one here, the orange, then we bring it there very well. Okay? Okay. Members, I hope right now you have understood very well what we are doing. Okay? I hope you have really understood this. Okay? Okay. So members, I hope everything is good on your side. I hope everything is good. Okay? If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I see how I can help you. Okay? Okay. So here, members, the good thing is that at least you have gotten to understand how we use the array. Okay? How we use the array. Okay? Okay. So I hope everybody right now has no problem with this. Okay? You have no problem with this. Okay? Okay. This spread operator here, I just want to say is it like this one here. It is for when we are adding something new to an array. Okay? We list the whole array. As you can see, the whole array is the variable. As you see, the whole variable was this one, which was fruits. Okay? Then we list the whole array, put the spread operator, then we add that new fruit we are adding. Okay? Okay. So members, I hope everything is good. Everything is good like this. Okay? Okay. So members, at the moment, Allow me to introduce you to now objects, okay? Allow me to introduce you to objects, okay? Okay. So let me just come and copy all this, like, and members, one thing I'll tell you is that functions, all the things where we are declaring const, they'll always come above. Okay? Immediately after, are you seeing this export default function page? Here. They'll always come exactly after here, okay? Okay. So these other things where we're seeing functions, they'll always come after. They'll always come near the word return here, but after. So don't do this mistake here. Don't do this mistake and do like this. Of course, sometimes it may work. Sometimes it may work, but members, do everything as it is meant to be. Okay? Don't just do things the way you see them fit. Okay? Okay. So I cannot just come and do like this. And I just come instead and I now say, I feel like doing it here. I feel like putting it here. Okay? Really, members, do things according to protocol, okay? Do things according to protocol, okay? Okay. So let us first refresh and we see. Let us refresh and we see. Let us refresh and we see. Let us refresh and we see. Okay? So when I come and say here, add orange. It may work here. But members, when you reach the things where you're deploying, you may find some challenges or some error somewhere. Because how can you, sincerely speaking, how can you get, for example, the foot which is here, then you call something, you declare something before it even existed. It's supposed to first exist, then you declare it here. Some functions are very tricky when you're using, for example, the var. If I was using const, const function, and then I was using, for example, var, then I put var add fruit, this one here, you would have seen what they call an error. Okay? Okay. So members, try to use protocol, try to do things in protocol, okay? Okay. So declare functions immediately after this one, export default function. Put your consts, all your lets, put them here. Okay? Then down here below, towards at the end here, put your functions. As simple and precise as that. Okay? Have you understood, members? Have you understood? Okay? Have you understood? Okay. So we are now going to another example. The last example for today is example 5. And this one here is for example 5 is for the last example for today is example 5. And this example 5 here is for objects, okay? I put here const, then I put here right now we are going to look at objects, okay? We're now going to look at objects, okay? Okay. So members, right now I hope you have really understood how we normally deal with this, okay? Okay. So I have here, for example, const, and then I put here user, okay? User, then I put here set user, okay? Set user, okay? Okay. Then I put here set user is equal to use state, okay? Use state. Now we are dealing with objects, okay? Okay, then I put here an object inside because we are dealing with objects, okay? Okay, so I put an object and I put there name is Clancy. My name is Clancy, okay? So this object here has a name, okay? And has age, okay? And has age, okay? Okay, so I can come and I put here age, and I put your age, maybe I may just say maybe I'm 65 years old. 65 years old, okay? Okay, so that's the age, okay? So this is the name, Clancy, and I put your age, it's 65 years old, okay? This is 65. I'm just using an example. I didn't say I'm 65 years old, but just using an example, okay? Okay, so as you can see, it's like this. So, remember what am I going to do? I'm going to come here. But before I can do that, let me just copy this and I just have like a place to start from, okay? So I come here, put here objects, example, container. Objects, example, container. Objects, example, container. Come here, put here, as you can see, so like this. Then I come and put here objects, example, container. Objects, example, container, okay? Okay. So I come here, I put here, as you can see, it's like this. Then I come, I put here, objects example container. Objects example container. Objects example container. Objects, okay? Objects example container. But this one I'm going to make it purple. I'm going to make this one purple, okay? Just for identity, okay? Just for identity, okay? Okay. So outside looks like. Oh, let me first remove what is inside. Let me first remove what is inside it. These things which are inside it, let me remove them. Okay. Okay, it's like this. Objects example container. Okay? Okay. So it's like this. So it's like this, okay? So it's like this. So it's like that. So let me come, I put here, for example, heading 1. Heading 1, I put here, heading 1, how to use state in objects, okay? How to use use state in objects, okay? How to use state in objects, okay? Okay. So as simple as this, let me see how it looks like. It's coming. It's like that, okay? Okay. So right now, what I want to do, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? Eh? What do I want to achieve? Okay? What do I want to achieve? So I'm going to come here, I put here, for example, maybe heading 2. Heading 2, I want to see my name. I come, I say here name, okay? This one is now just like everybody knows this. Everybody knows this, okay? Everybody knows this. Come, I put a user dot name. User, you see the user which is here. Members, I see the user which is here. Okay? Members, look at the user which is here. Not get confused, okay? Look at the user which is here. The user which is here, okay? User dot name. Okay? User dot age. Okay? Okay. So let me come, I show you. I come here, I say here user dot name. Dot name. Okay? Dot name. Okay? Okay, just like this, okay? So outside looks like, it's coming, it's there. Name, classy, okay? Name, classy. So you're seeing here name, classy, okay? Okay. So I want to also put the age. I just want to put the age. I come here, I put here age. I want to put age, okay? Age. Then I come, I put the opening brackets there. Then I come, I put there user dot age, okay? Dot age, okay? Okay. So user dot age is coming. Age is 65, okay? 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 Just like this, okay? Okay. Now you first see. I want to put a button. I want to put a button. I want to put a button. Yeah? Look at my condition. I want to put a button. I want to put a button. To put a button. Okay? A button. Okay? When I click on that button, so here members, I want to put a button. When I click on that button, yeah, it changes the name. Okay? It changes, for example, the name. I can maybe put the age, but maybe it changes the name. Okay? Maybe it changes the name. Okay? Okay. So let me come, I put that. Okay? Let me come, I put that. Okay? So I come, I put there a button. Okay? Then the button inside it, there is change name. Inside there is change name. Okay? Just like this, change name. Okay? Okay, just like that. So let me see how it looks like. So it's like this, okay? Okay. So I need to change my name. Okay? I need to change my name here. Okay? To change my name. Okay? Okay. So what am I going to do? Change my name to which name? Okay? Okay. So I'm going to come here. Up here. Okay? And I create a function. Function function responsible, yeah, for changing my name, okay, to maybe to Jordan, or to James, or okay, let me put here Jordan, okay, to Jordan, okay, changing my name to Jordan, okay. So I come, I put here my function very well, function, okay, function, okay. Right now, when you see here, right now, when I click on this button here, there's nothing which is working, okay. So it's not changing my name to Jordan, even if I type it like this. It's not changing my name to Jordan, okay? Because I've not yet put the function on that button. I've not yet put the function on that button, okay? So I need to put the function here on that button. So this is what I'm going to do. I put here my function responsible to change my name to Jordan. I come, I put here function, okay? Okay? Changing my name to Jordan, okay? Function, change my name to Jordan, okay? Change, okay? Function, change my name. Okay, function change my name. Okay. So this function here is responsible for changing my name. Okay, function change my name. So I put it there like this, and I open the quotes like that. Okay. So what did I put here as my changing factor? I said set user. Okay, set user. Okay. Set user. So I come here, I put here set user. Okay, set user. Okay, and I put there, I open the quote there as you can see. Okay, so now I since right now remember I was using an array. Remember and I used even the spread operator. Okay, right now since I'm using an object, I'm going to use an object. Okay, just like this because I'm using an object. Okay, if I was using an array, I would put an array, but right now I'm using an object. Okay. Then I come, I say here dot spread operator. Okay, spread operator, and I put this one user. Okay, because this one is what is the whole. No, I put here user because this one is the whole, or what, the whole object. Okay, so I want to come, I do this. Okay, I want to come, I do this, and I put here name. Name. Okay, and I put here change my name to Jordan. Okay, to Jordan. Okay, as simple and precise and concise as this. Okay, simple and concise and precise as this. Okay. Now what is left is I've declared the function. Okay, but now I've declared the function, but even if I come and tap on it like this, it's not going to work. Okay, so I need to. It's not working. Is it working? It's not working. It's not changing my name to Jordan. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come, I get this function because I've not yet used the function on the button. So I copy that function, I bring it on my button. Where is my button? It is here. Okay? I say here on click. When I click on that button, on click, okay? I just put the function there. Change my name. Okay? Change my name. Okay? Just like this. Change my name. Function change my name. Okay? Just like that. Then I come, I see. Okay, so it's here, and I come, I say change my name, changes to Jordan. Okay. When I refresh, when I refresh its class, so when I come, I say change my name, it changes my name to Jordan. Okay. So members, we have learned really a lot. We have learned really a lot today. Okay, we have learned really a lot today. Okay. We have learned really a lot. Okay. So members, I want you to practice. I want you to practice these things on a daily basis. Okay? Practice these things on a daily basis. Okay. When I say I change my name to Jordan, when I come, I say here, now add an orange. Are you seeing? When I come back here, I say here boolean, hide my message, hide the message. When I come now, I say increase the count. It increases the count. Numbers, we have started numbers, we have started arrays, we have started now strings. If I come and say here, I say here Mercy. Okay, it changes my name to Mercy. Members, if you really like this, please hit like the like button. Hit that like thumb. Okay, and members, if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, notification icon. Okay. So we have learned really a lot. We have learned really a lot. Yeah. So tomorrow this is going to be our hint. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be our hint. Okay. Set management with TypeScript. When we continue like this, okay. Here we don't see any problems here, but when we reach on deployment, yeah, deployment we shall face some errors. Okay. Somewhere. Okay. Somewhere, somehow, we shall face some errors. So, when we use TypeScript, it enables us to clean out all any form of errors which may happen. Okay, any form of errors which may happen. Okay, okay. So, members, tomorrow we're going to look at state management with TypeScript. Okay, okay. So, even in the future, when you're building an application, a website, we shall always and always use TypeScript. We shall not do it like this. See, this one I was just showing you to where we start from. Okay? Where we are starting from. I cannot begin with the TypeScript video first because someone will not understand where we came from. I need to start with this one here, then I build on this one to show you where we are going. Okay? Okay. Please, members, please keep practicing, okay? Okay. Tomorrow we're going to look at state management with TypeScript. This is this is one that we shall always be using, okay? Okay. So members, have a very good day. We shall meet in tomorrow's class, okay? Okay.